pediatric ICU units. Dr. Nadim Motlekar, intensivist himself, talked about issues in management of patients with DNR. Dr. Anukan Mittal talked about therapeutic obstinacy and ethical rationing in intensive care patient. And Dr. Armida Fernandez talked about caregiver burden and ethics of passing on the burden. Until Module 7, we had ethical issues arising in surgical and cancer care, where Dr. Lalit Kapoor talked on ethical concerns in surgical procedures, especially about consent. Dr. Ian talked about healthcare ethics in cancer care. Dr. Joseph Sequeira talked about preventive surgeries in cancer, ethical concerns, and Dr. Kalpesh Kajiwala talked about cosmetic and reconstructive surgeries, the ethics dealing with it. The ethical issues in handling defiant behaviors were discussed in your module 8, where Dr. Snehal Mehta talked about handling issues in handling substance abuse, including alcohol. Dr. Vilona Annunciation talked about ethical issues in handling behavioral addiction. Dr. Avinash D'Souza talked about ethics of treating process addiction and responsible netism. And Dr. Naireen Darwala talked about ethical issues and first response of POSCO Act and sexual and abuse. And last issue was on end-of-life issues and palliative care, where Advocate Joachim Reis talked about DNR, living wills, and healthcare proxies. Dr. Marian Mukadam talked about palliative care at the end-of-life stages. Father Dr. Anthony Fernandez talked about euthanasia, passive cultural and ethical perspectives. We must thank the Cardinal on the BOT for appointing Father Anthony Fernandez as a theological advisor to the center. And the last was Dr. Armida talking on the care of the elderly and the homebound. All this was going on. The pandemic was not there when the program was chartered, but then when the pandemic came in and we were wondering how to go about this, so we started online, but we did not have the infrastructure with us, so we had to get this website, new website launched, and where people could log in and register, get the messages, course contents, and the form could be loaded, downloaded, and filled in and logged in, and the work could have been started. And the students who suppose say they have missed the lectures or that particular day could go on the student board dashboard and get into download the module or access the modules which they have missed. Now, if you there were so many patients, so many delegates that registered. There were more than 100, and we could not accumulate all of them because of our technical issues. And here is the gender ratio. We had 50% females and
also on YouTube
males.
OrthoTV.
The qualification, most of they're highly qualified from graduation onwards. And if you look here, the different kind of professions, plethora of professional got involved in this, right from doctors to priests to social workers to professionals and financing advisors, even people doing confectionery. Besides being hospital directors, principals of colleges, bankers, and professors and academicians. Lastly, the state-wide participation is as shown here, mostly was from Maharashtra, then Goa, and then rest of it equally divided. Besides that, we had 3 from Jammu and Kashmir, 1 from Nepal, and 1 from Kuwait. So to divide this 100 students, which finally came down to 90, we had to divide them into groups, and for the groups, we need to have a mentor to direct them, to guide them in the case studies. And I must thank the Board of Trustees who gladly agreed to guide the different groups and really provided a pathway for the new students to go through this and help them to come to study the cases as the ethical way it would be. So there were 10 groups. Total cases discussed were 95, and these groups had to meet twice a month. And there were about 65 presenters, and the presentation time that was given was 7 minutes. This is the sort of a case study which is shown on the right-hand side of the screen. And initially we found that in the second module rather, the slides were all busy with so much to read, and it was even difficult to read and understand, and difficult for the presenter also to read whole in the given time. So we sort of gave some idea to them how to make the slide and how to have a point regarding the particular point to highlight, and thereby make the slides only 4 per case study. And that's how the case studies were discussed very nicely, and it was also appreciated by everyone. Then there were assignments and projects. There were 2 assignments and projects, and the students did a lot of research, and dedication and sincerity was shown in their approach. My colleague, Dr. Ruan Mascarenas, was a evaluator together myself of these projects and assignments, felt that the students really worked hard and researched and referred to different books, and really put up a good project assignment, and which in fact taught both of us something more than we knew. We really appreciated the good work put in by these students, and of course there were some people who were over enthusiastic, who really wrote big essays pertaining to 10,000 words instead of 4,000 words. And on the darker side, there were some few people who could do copy and paste, and but with referencing. In between, we had some webinars on the World Bioethics Day, where Father Archbishop Archibald talked on ethical perspectives of COVID pandemic. Dr. Manuela de los Reyes from Mexico talked on the role of ethics in the contribution of peace. Dr. Anthony Devasia of Christian Medical College, Vellore, talked on clinical bioethics perspective of a practicing surgeon. And then we wanted to have a competition on the World Bioethics Day, and I must thank Dr. Cheryl Nathan for taking this competition forward, and she put up sort of the delegates has to come up with some touching line and in few words, and the line was what ethics in action meant for them. And the winners were Mrs. Ethan D'Souza, second was Gratian Furtado, and third was Dr. Richard Pereira. We also had the coping with life after bereavement, because there were so many deaths around that time, and we had Dr. Seema Rao talking from Bangalore, talking on finding meaning in grief. Miss Nayana Sabarbal talked on unique grief in loss to suicide. Dr. Mary Mukadam talked on grieving in children, and Father Stephen talked about ethics of bereavement care. This was moderated by Dr. Anukan Mittal. And finally, we had the third webinar on women's journey from puberty to menopause, where Dr. Egbert Susan uh, chipped in, and Dr. Cheryl Nathan. This was moderated by Dr. Margaret. A word of appreciation to our students. This is Mr. Anish Jose, who has designed and developed a testing special apparatus for testing for COVID in UDP district. Dr. Amit Joshi from Nepal, who was working in the Nepal Army Hospital for over 20 years and had taken a volunteerment. He was called back for COVID outbreak, and he was working in Jamla, which was mostly affected, and he served there for a year more. And lastly, our special appreciation goes to Dr. Richard Pereira for being the coordinator of the health outreach program of the Archdiocese. So what is our vision for last few slides for 21-22? We intend to work hard in getting international recognition, working with for collaboration with the Pontifical Academy of Rome and World Medical Association. Also to have collaboration with bioethics centers in the world, student exchange program, utilization of the Center for Residential Works, students short courses for paramedics, nurses, social workers, and professionals, making the center as the voice of ethical issues in the nation, also giving projects and research work to students and access to national and international libraries. And lastly, with all this, we believe that with the amount of work, dedication, and enthusiasm that our students have shown regarding the projects, attendance, and assignments, we feel they will be involved with the center, propagating and living the ethical values and sharing the best of practice of the course. And there'll be a guide to future students and those who need guidance in ethical matters, and also to contribute articles in touching lives. Last and but not the least, these students will have, I'm sure, when Dr. Anukan Mittal, our Dean, finishes his PhD, will be available to guide the students in research projects and will take up the center to a higher level. Thank you very much for your kind attention, and I thank our manager Sharon for having made this PPT, and in fact she excelled in the website, and you could hear this about in the various videos that come up from the students. Thank you very much. I now call upon request our His Eminence Oswald Cardinal Gracious to say a few words to the delegates and the beauty.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nicholas. Dr. Nicholas Antau, our Managing Trustee, members of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Mittal, Father Stephen, Advocate Joachim Reis, Dr. Lidwin Dias, the Principal of Nirmala Niketan College, the faculty members, staff, and students of our certificate course. I'm extremely happy to be present over here. I really apologize that I'm a little late because I was stuck up in another meeting, and then everything got delayed a little bit. I'm sorry that you could not begin on time. I'm very happy to be present to the Zoom platform, address each one of you. At the very outset, I would like to commend both FIAMC and Nirmala Niketan and the 30 strong faculty members for their commitment to the task of actively propagating sound bioethical principles and ethical values in society. I congratulate you that even in spite of the pandemic and the lack of possibility of sufficient mobility, meeting, you've been able to carry out this course and complete it very effectively. Friends, with the rapid advancement in the field of science and technology, no one can deny the paramount importance of biomedical ethics, which focuses on the human side of medicine, but pays also close attention to the social, cultural, psychological, and ethical issues that our generation faces. And I'd like to highlight some of them. The rising costs of healthcare, inability to provide healthcare to everyone, especially to the poor. Second, the exploitation of the environment, destruction of the ecosystems, resulting in a negative impact on human life and health. Third, the complex questions surrounding the beginning and the end of human life. Fourth, the ethical implications of new technologies, in vitro fertilization, cloning, stem cell research, surrogacy, etc. Fifth, the lack of training in ethical education. The recent coronavirus global pandemic, in which we are still in the midst of, has resulted in over 165 million cases of infections and more than 3.42 million deaths worldwide. This has brought in very serious ethical questions. Concerning the many moral concerns just outlined, there is one important principle, friends, common to all of them and needs to be emphasized: the protection and the promotion of human dignity. This important goal of biomedical ethics seems to be neglected or forgotten today. One cannot speak enough of the need to respect the sacredness of human life from the moment of conception till death. Every human being created in the image and likeness of God, and hence human life is of inestimable value. There is in the United States of America now a very fierce debate on this because there are people for and people against. Unfortunately, abortion is rampant across the globe. In today's secular society, we face a struggle between the culture of life and the culture of death. Those who are influenced by the culture of death remove all reference to God from their lives. The family, as a sanctuary of life, is meant to protect and promote human life in all its stages. Since the value of human life is inestimable, no one can justify a decision to terminate the right to life of an innocent child growing in the mother's womb. No one can in any way permit the killing of an innocent human being, a fetus, an embryo, an infant, an adult, old person, or a person suffering from an incurable disease, a person who is dying. This inviolability of human life should be recognized by all. Living today in an age of secularization and technology, the challenge of contemporary medicine is to provide treatment to patients that respect the dignity of the human person. Only respect for life can be the foundation and the guarantee of the most precious and essential goods of society, such as democracy and peace. It might seem strange I'm saying this, but if you see logically, once there is infringement of this right to dignity, right to life, gradually there'll be more and more lack of peace, terrorism, dictatorships, and human society itself will be vitiated. Dear students of the bioethics course, as you come to the conclusion of your intensive study for this year, I would like to emphasize that the central mission of each of you and of every committed healthcare worker or professional was to reach out in solidarity, care, compassion, and love to the sick, the suffering, the dying, especially those in the peripheries, as Pope Francis repeatedly reminds us. Pope Francis in Evangelii Gaudium urged every Christian, every community to discern the path that the Lord points out, but all of us are asked to obey his call to go forth from our own comfort zone to reach the peripheries in need of the light of the gospel. May I, in conclusion, reiterate the main principles and teachings that perhaps you discussed. I'd like to reassume them, once again talk about them for clarity and for my own conviction in a way. On abortion, life must be safeguarded with extreme care from conception. Abortion and infanticide are abominable crimes, says this declaration from the Church. Mother Teresa said, abortion has become the greatest destroyer of peace because it destroys two lives, the life of the child and the conscience of the mother. Second, on IVF and test tube babies, from the moral point of view, a truly responsible procreation vis-a-vis the unborn child must be the fruit of marriage. In a marital act, there is an unbreakable link between the conjugal act and the procreative act. Third, on the corpses of human embryos and fetuses, whether they have been deliberately aborted or not, must be respected, just as the remains of other human beings. Fourth, on the freezing of embryos, even when carried out in order to preserve the life of an embryo, cytopreservation, it constitutes an offense against the respect due to human beings by exposing them to grave risks of death or harm to their physical integrity. Fifth, on prenatal diagnosis. If prenatal diagnosis respects the life and integrity of the embryo and the human fetus and is directed towards its safeguarding or healing as an individual, then it is licit. A woman would be committing a gravely illicit act if she were to request such a diagnosis with a deliberate intention of having an abortion, should the results confirm the existence of malformation or abnormality. And we know, unfortunately, in India, there's also lots of female infanticide. F of 6, on pre-implantation genetic diagnosis. Pre-implantation diagnosis, connected as it is with artificial fertilization, which itself is always intrinsically illicit, is directed towards the qualitative selection and consequent direct destruction of embryos, which constitutes an act of abortion. Seventh, on surrogacy. Surrogacy is to be opposed as it offends the dignity of the child, uniqueness of the mother-child relationship, and the sanctity of marriage. Also treats women and children as commodities. 8, on organ donation. A beautiful act expressed in culture of life, the donation of organs, performed in an ethically acceptable manner, with a view to offering a chance of health and even of life to the sick who sometimes have no other hope. Ninth, on the obligation to provide food and water, the sick person in a vegetative state, awaiting recovery or his natural end, has the right to basic health care and to the prevention of complications linked to his state. 10th, on euthanasia. Euthanasia is a grave violation of the law of God. It's a deliberate and morally unacceptable killing of a human person. Euthanasia and assisted suicide are always the wrong choice. 11, on excluding aggressive medical treatment. In the specific case of aggressive medical treatment, the renunciation of extraordinary and or disproportionate means is not the equivalent of suicide or euthanasia. It rather expresses acceptance of the human condition in the face of death. And finally, 12th, human cloning is intrinsically illicit, that it seeks to give rise to a new human being without a connection to the act of reciprocal self-giving between the spouses. I vividly recollect the words of Pope Francis on the occasion of the 28th World Day of the Sick. Let us always remember that diagnostic, preventive, and therapeutic treatments, research, care, and rehabilitation are always in the service of the sick person. Fostering a culture of life is an imperative, since the gospel of life, which is meant for the whole of human society, is at the heart of Jesus' message. I was pleasantly informed that this year there were 110 registered participants from all over India. 90 participants continued the course. 86 of you will be receiving your certificates today. I'm confident that this certificate course in biomedical ethics has provided you valuable knowledge on important bioethical issues, helped you develop your understanding of the right and the wrong, imparted to you ethical standards of behavior in healthcare that flow the teachings of the church, and guided you on vital moral issues. May Christ, the divine physician, continue to inspire you, guide you, and show you the way, the truth, and the life. I want to once again thank Dr. Nicholas Santau, Dr. Mittal, and all the staff, Sister Lidwin Dias, all the staff for this excellent course and for all that you are doing for the improvement of society, for making us a better people. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I now call upon our academic dean, Dr. Anukan Mittal, to give his address.
Right. Good evening, everybody. Your Eminence, Dr. Nicholas, Dr. Advocate Joachim Rees, and other members of the Trust, Board of Trust. We faced an unprecedented quandary whether to continue the course or not just last year, exactly at this time. And we were wondering at the time of preparing for the valedictory function of the previous batch, which had just concluded, what to do about the next. And we came up with the idea that, okay, we will go online and we will develop the software, we will get the facilities, everything done to make it completely online. And hopefully, we were very positive that by the end of the year, we would be able to do a human touch course. It didn't happen, unfortunately, and we had to stay online. We were in talk with Nirmala Niketan, and they had expressed an interest at, I must say that this was initiated by Father Stephen Fernandez while he was here, and it fructified last year when we actually presented them with a revamped course curriculum, revamped faculty, and a revamped full course program, which actually cleared the hurdle of the requisite number of hours required for it to be called a certificate course. All of the participants are aware that we were focusing more on group discussions for the case study, asking them to submit the assignments and the project. Because all the amount of work that you do in these projects, in these group discussions, counts towards the amount of credit hours you need to put in to gain the credits, which would then allow you to qualify for a certificate. So we had to then design the course accordingly, and I must thank my colleagues in the board, especially Dr. Nicholas, Manager Sharon, Advocate Rees, Dr. Rowan, Dr. Edgar. Everybody chipped in, and Dr. Armeda and Dr. Cedric. They also guided us. And of course, there was always Father Stephen at the back, pushing us and guiding us. We did manage to have one international faculty for the main course, but we did have foreign speakers of international fame for our World Bioethics Day and also for our other talks. In the coming year, we have actually consolidated the course a little bit more, merged a few common topics, And we have added another module within the 9 modules, which deals with topics which we had not touched on, specifically about uh, patient, client-patient and doctor relationships, about equitable use of prescribing of medicines and investigations and procedures, also talking about research with human subjects, as our eminence, His Eminence Cardinal spoke about, researching on the embryo, etc. So about research in humans, and of course, another topic that we have brought in this time is about neglected topic. I felt was about adoptions and foster care, because there are a lot of ethical issues now with the changes in the structure of the family per se, with single couples or same-sex couple coming for adoption applications, etc. So a lot of ethical issues there. And of course, the major thing which is glaring in our face every day, and is going to be there for the next couple of years, is the unequitable, unethical sequestration and distribution of healthcare facilities, vaccines, ventilators, oxygen, remdesivir, other medicines, the unequated distribution, the hoarding, the profiteering on these essential life-saving procedures and drugs. Oxygen. So that is another topic that we have brought in, and we've already spoken to many faculties of international and national fame who would be on the faculty. For instance, one of the deans of the University of Lisbon, uh, Department of Bioethics, Professor Rui Nunes would be part of it. Dr. Russell D'Souza, chair of the Biomedical Ethic Network in Asia Pacific region. We would have other international speakers to speak from Canada, etc. We have been in touch with them, and in the next couple of weeks, we would finalize that so that the course would now become more concise, probably more efficient in terms of addressing relevant contemporary issues and trying to achieve the aims that Dr. Nicholas set out right in the beginning. Talking about this course, this 1 year has been a learning experience for all of us also. I have to appreciate the efforts put in by Dr. Rowan and Dr. Nicholas. They managed to read all the assignments 1 and 2 as well as the projects and mark them. And I, as a moderator, had only to kind of skim through their uh, what you call it, evaluations, and it was an experience. But what actually astonished me as well as them was the depth of work, the depth of knowledge, the amount of research that you participants have put in preparing your assignments and your projects. We will be listening to some of your group leaders and your moderators, mentors, of how much you have participated, how well you have discussed topics at hand, and how efficiently you have presented your viewpoints, your group's viewpoints in the case presentations. A real learning experience for us, because you come from all different age groups, all different educational backgrounds, very different cultural, socio-religious backgrounds. And it is wonderful to have had you in this year. And hopefully, you would recommend your friends to join in the next year. And we would be able to grow this course slowly, probably into a more concise and elaborate course in years to come. So thank you very much, all the faculty, for assisting and helping and guiding us, all the board members, the advisors to the board members, Dr. Armeda Fernandez, Dr. Enid Prabhu, Dr. Cedric, and also all the mentors, all the group leaders, and all the active participants. I mean, it has been a fantastic journey with you. And last but not the least, but the most important, thank you, Your Eminence, for being so supportive of our course and being there for us right at the beginning and as well as at the end to help us, guide us, and motivate us. So thank you very much. Back to you, Dr. Nicholas. You are muted, Dr. Nicholas. You have to unmute yourself.
Can I request Sister Lidwin to say a few words? Sister Lidwin.
Yes. Good evening, doctor. So good
Can you
evening.
focus on us?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are, ma'am. You are, ma'am.
So good evening, everyone. Respected His Eminence Cardinal Oswald Graces, Dr. Nicholas Ankav, Executive Director and Managing Trustee, Dr. Mithil, Sharon, all the board members, resource persons, guests, and participants. I would like to congratulate all of you at the successful completion of the course and also congratulate all the course coordinators, faculty members who have given valuable inputs and guided you. The valedictory function of the certificate course Biomedical Ethics 2021 and 2019-22 is a culmination of a memorable journey of thought-provoking deliberations on philosophical, social, and legal issues arising in medicine and the life sciences concerned with human life and well-being. The course content repeatedly dealt with the respect of the sanctity of life, integrity of the human being, and the protection of health from conception to natural death, considering the person in his or her singularity always as an end and never simply as a means. The 9 modules with 4 topics in each module provided insightful knowledge, dissemination, and provoked dialogue and reflections. The course brought together knowledge, life experiences, and perspectives of lifelong learners, professionals, laity, social workers, psychologists, counselors, other healthcare providers, caregivers across the globe, and empowered each one to develop a critical perspective grounded in human rights, social work values, principles, and a pro-life framework upholding the value of life and the inherent dignity of the human person in every capacity. The grand success of the course is attributed to the persistence and meticulous designing and planning by the organizing team. The integration of interdisciplinary perspectives in the course syllabus, the valuable expertise of resource persons of international and national repute, the painstaking efforts made by the organizing team, the facilitator, the participants to engage in the dialogue, analysis, and reflections on discussions that followed online sessions, webinars, WhatsApp groups, and assignments. I would like to quote a feedback by one of the participants. This course has been a very good initiative, very clear understanding on medical ethics, especially the principles of ethics, applications of those principles to various issues to modern day problems such as contraceptions, abortions, stem cells, euthanasia, etc. The group discussions with relevant case studies made us think and bring out solutions. Expert guidance on various topics by learned resource persons and assignments made us read and self-study various issues. We had a very good technical support. The experiences of my colleagues who were part of the coordination and organizing team, that is Ms. Sonia and Dr. Ronald too, have shared with me that the wide range participate in all the teaching learning activities. A range of teaching learning activities, including lectures, small group discussions, role play, assignments, and student seminars, are used to achieve the learning outcomes. We are happy to note that the students were able to reflect on their experiences and become competent in applying ethical principles to practice they engage in their work settings. The organizing team initiatives to engage participants also included encouraging participants to attend webinars such as the World Bioethics Day, 18th October 2020, and outreach sessions on health organized by the Archdiocese of Mumbai. The team also posted relevant reference materials for perspective building on the context offered in the 9 modules. In these unprecedented times, the official WhatsApp group evolved as an online support group with organizers, experts, and participants reaching out to each other by providing relevant information on COVID-19 related myths, misconceptions, vaccines, recent development in testing and care, home care management, success stories, etc. While undoubtedly, participation in the course has enlightened our minds, hearts, and souls. I wish to sum up the practical implication of the course by quoting the opening lines of the April 2021 prayer intention of the Holy Father. Defending fundamental human rights demands courage and determination. In this dense darkness of the coronavirus storm exposing our vulnerabilities, living uncovered superfluous certainties with which we have built our agenda, our projects, our habits, and priorities, we are called to reinvent our relationships to discover our deep skills, those relating to our empathetic ability to know how to be with others, to listen, to be in solidarity, but also to be morally sound and responsible. The course reminds us of our lifelong commitment to searching for the truth and goodness on complex human and ethical issues, especially those affecting the most vulnerable and disadvantaged, struggling to make their voices heard, to promote the culture of life and overcome the culture of death in the emerging context by being informed, alert, and proactive in ethical issues concerning human life and dignity. I would like to end with a quote from Potter Stewart. Ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. I would like to thank Biomedical Center for inviting our college to be part of this journey, and we look forward for future collaborations. Thank you.
Now we'll have the video presentations of the various groups with the group leader and the mentor. Sharon, over to Sharon. What they had to say regarding the course, what they felt about the course, and what they would advise us to do in the near future for the future courses to come.
I'm Dr. Richard Pereira, student of the last FIAMC Bioethics course 2021. Also had the proud privilege to lead Group 1, a batch of enthusiastic and dedicated youngsters. We had great fun over the course, sharing inputs and brainstorming online. I personally feel having the course was a great advantage as it saved travel time and just made it so much more comfortable doing it from the convenience of your home. The topics of the course were good. The faculty was very learned and with a lot of expertise in the domain. I appreciate their commitment. Also would like to appreciate the mentoring of Dr. Mittal and Dr. Antau and the superb coordination of Sharon throughout. On the flip side, if PDF notes were shared rather than just PPTs, it would have been a lot better. Otherwise, all in all, a great structure, good content, experienced faculty makes this course highly recommendable. On behalf of my Group 1, I want to thank our mentor, Dr. Avinash D'Souza, for all his help rendered throughout. And thank you all for everything.
Hello, this is Dr. Avinash D'Souza here, and I have been a faculty at the FIAM Bioethics course, and it's been an excellent course. It's been a learning experience for me also. I had been given students who were part of my group, and we've had multiple ethical issues to discuss and deliberate upon. And I think I haven't seen such good deliberations and discussions even amongst groups of doctors. We've in fact deliberated on multiple issues. There have been a huge amount of discussions that have come up. We have learned, we have dwelled, we have understood multiple ethical aspects. And I think I as a teacher have also immensely benefited from the fact that I've been able to get through to students who have given me new viewpoints. And the most amazing part is all the students have been extremely sincere, been very forthright and very coming forth when it comes to learning, when it comes to discussing. And they're more enthusiastic than the teachers, which is very important. And the course has excellent faculty. I think the best in India, the best in the world rather, I would say. And such a course is definitely going to do a lot of good for the fraternity in the long run to come. I just want to say that I am honored and privileged to be part of this course. I want to thank Dr. Antau, Dr. Mittal, Dr. Fernandez, and of course Sharon for all the help. Nothing would have been possible if it was not for Sharon and her administrative help to all of us. But most importantly, the course has been something that has been an eye-opener for me. It's made me realize what ethical deliberation is as a teacher, as a faculty, as a doctor. And I think I come off from this course more learned, and I hope my students also feel that way. Thank you.
Peace and joyful greetings to all. I'm Ignatius Lawrence. It gives me an immense pleasure to be a part of FIMC Mumbai. I would like to thank FIMC Mumbai for the knowledgeable and intelligent course model on biomedical ethics. During the last 9 months course tenure, I've had a lot of good and new experiences. To see so many doctors on one platform working for a cause. The faculties were expertise in their subjects. They shared knowledgeable and relevant teachings and experiences. The lighter, brighter, and the truthful side of the doctors. To see the innovation, initiatives, and dedicating enormous time towards their profession, personal and societal demands. Our group members came from different backgrounds. Some bankers, doctors, sports professionals, and other professionals. They were always motivating, and the group discussions were really helpful to know and understand the case study, as it would bring out different perspectives from different individuals from the different background. They always respected each other's ideology. Our first mentor was Dr. Anukant Mittal, our academic dean, from whom I learned to firmly follow the 4 basic principles of biomedical ethics. It has personally advanced my understanding and decision-making powers towards the good of an individual, group, or society, and to be professional while handling a case. From second module until the end of the course, our mentor was Dr. Cheryl. She was always there to guide the group. During the group discussion, she made us think on a wider horizon to understand the case study better and to have a better outcome. She helped me with the finalizing of the case study presentation. Dr. Cheryl has been a wonderful mentor. I have learned to be calm, thoughtful, and serene. The topics covered during the course were relevant to the ongoing issues related to biomedical ethics. The topics were well explained, educated, and guided by the faculties. Looking at the current crisis, time constraint is acceptable. It was the first time this course was done online. Initially, there was some technical concerns. However, they all disappeared. I would like to congratulate and really appreciate and thankful to Sharon for all the hard work and efforts put in to make this course a success. She has been very cooperating and helpful to all, to the members, to the faculties, to the mentors, and FIAMC. Finally, I would like to recommend and promote this course to the youth and the younger generation of the society, because I believe if they understand and learn what is morally or ethically right, they have the ability and power to make things better. Thank you.
On behalf of Group 3 from the batch of Bioethics 2021, I want to first of all begin by thanking the esteemed panel of teachers who have guided us, enlightened us throughout this year. And despite the pandemic, we had a very enriching experience. I speak for all of us from our group when I say that every case study that was given to us was better than the other. And at every point, we would like to say that there was never a right answer, nor was there a wrong answer. And this course has taught us to agree to disagree, especially because in our group we had a mixed background. And this was definitely very thought-provoking, very informative about the various rules and regulations. And it was very heartening to see that it was simplified for all of us. So at every level we could understand and we could grasp everything that was being spoken, everything that was being taught. And we especially even felt challenged by the group studies with the case study, and under the mentorship of Father Matthew, who was a very great guide, who was a great teacher, who was being absolutely patient, and at times he used to even arrange for the Zoom meets. And every time we would get his enlightenment, every time he would even send us articles on our group, on our topics, to let us know that what are the rules, what have been the rulings by the government of India, by the courts, and why a certain thing is taken as it is. And encouraging us, to give different opinions, encouraging us to discuss openly, let us know and to tell us that, okay, everybody has a particular opinion and we have to respect that. And the tricky part about bioethics is there's never one right answer, and there is no one answer fits all the questions, because every time there could probably be a bias, and move away from the bias and take a morally right judgment and give it to a particular patient to take a moral stance which is beyond us sometimes, all part of our internal experiences. And to unlearn certain things is a thing which bioethics has taught us effectively, I hope. And if at all we ever come across a certain situation, we would probably be able to think about it in a more practical and a rational format. I also want to just one small feedback which was there from all of us was that, if we had a chance at a greater, at a better group discussion, a little more time to, discuss, that would have been very nice. Probably that's where, we were a little held back due to the pandemic and because of it being a Zoom meet and time constraints. But having said that, I think the whole year and every month, every Sunday of every month, to take on topics like organ donation, to learn about these things, to learn about moral dilemmas that happen. I mean, we are not aware of everything living in our homes and with our jobs. And to get such an amazing panel of doctors who have had varied experiences in their fields and who have also shared their experiences with us and so graciously been patiently teaching us. So every one of us has had a different topic which was our favorite. So I wouldn't even go on to say which one we liked more or which one was a little dry, but because everyone liked something or the other. But universally, I would like to say that the case studies topped everything, and just the Zoom meet and just openly discuss. I really wonder how it would be if we were meeting each other in a classroom, because somehow we feel we missed that experience, and would have been so nice to know and see everyone in person discussing these subjects. So we really hope that probably we would have one class later on. But having said that, thank you for the effort that you have put in. Thank you for the time that you have given to us, and thank you above all for the opportunity.
On behalf of
Good evening, friends. This
Group number 6, mentored by Dr. Amit Prabhu.
I was happy to be the mentor for Group 6. It was a lovely experience. The group was very hardworking, diligent, and eager to learn. They worked well together as a group, and everyone participating in the discussions, and each one was given a turn to present the cases, which I'm sure was an interesting experience for them. My role as a guide was to give them a complete, comprehensive knowledge of every aspect of the topic. And they were very receptive to learning something new. Congratulations to all of you on graduating from this course. I wish you the very best, and I urge each one of you to find opportunities to put to use the knowledge you have learned in this course.
Group Leader, Caroline D'Souza.
Good evening. Would like to begin with Lord Alfred Tennyson's hope-filling words. Come, my friends. It is not too late to seek a newer world. That which we are, we are. Our equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time, by faith, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield. Thank you, Dr. Enid, for the kind words you've said, for so lovingly guiding us. Feel privileged to speak for the heroic hearts of Group 6. Excellent participation, close teamwork, concern for each other, research, humility underpinned our presentations. Each one led, each one worked with passion, compassion, empathizing deeply with the case study and its ethical dilemmas. Each slide was airbrushed with love. Dr. Enid double-checked our efforts. Indeed, the double-stranded, intertwined DNA you see in our group picture symbolizes our group. Somewhere along the way, we bonded, became a family. Thank you, Elizabeth, Marian, Savia, Jennifer, Kamlesh. Thank you, Anil, for being our technical guide. Thank you, Dr. Amit Joshi, our lone warrior in faraway Nepal. Even as we learn, applaud the work you do, we pray for you silently for your safety. Where do we go from here? What fate is drawing near? We who have graduated from the safety of our homes, the principles of biomedical ethics will be severely tried and tested as we move into a pandemic-ridden world. And yet, go we must. It is time to put into practice the precepts so lovingly taught by Dr. Anukant Mittal, Dr. Nicholas Amtau, the mentors, the guest speakers. Would like to end asking God to liberate and heal our wounded world as we continue to learn to love.
Hello, good evening everyone. It is a great pleasure being part of the course of biomedical ethics. Being resident of a village called Handadi in the district of Udupi from the state of Karnataka, listening to the every aspects of ethics in biomedical field from the eminent speakers of Mumbai and various other places at the comfort of our own houses was amazing. Being an human being to lead a humanitarian life, how the ethics will help us, what all the ethics do we have to follow was the lessons we have learned from this course, from birth till the death, from childbearing to the human care, from blood donation to organ donation, digital era, and work-life balance. Something around 40 plus topics, 40 plus hours, 30 plus topics, and 25 plus resource persons, 100 and odd participants have learned from this course. It is not only the lectures, there was also activities like group discussions and assignment writing. Actually, it is a beautifully designed and fantastically delivered course content. Fortunate to be the leader of our group. Wonderful team members I had from my group who have helped me every aspect during this course. Actively participation in group discussions on the given case studies, also supported by creating Zoom IDs, creating PowerPoint presentations, and also actively came forward to give the presentation during our turn. Every members have participated actively and a great support from them. Thank you very much, all my team members, and also to my mentor, our group mentor, Dr. Cedric Moras, who has supported, guided, and corrected wherever necessary and supported throughout the course. Thank you very much, sir.
I am Cedric from Group 8. When we were schooling in Mount Abu, the Irish Christian brothers had a novel method of teaching us novices how to swim. From the middle of the lake, we were reminded that the water was only 10 feet deep and then thrown unceremoniously in the water. Very similar to our Group 8 participants who joined our ethics course, barely knowing what biomedical ethics is. And here before me, our group has an impressive 7 group presentations, 2 assignments, and 1 major project paper, carefully researched and submitted. My only role as mentor was to encourage the group's collective thinking, even if it meant stepping out of the box. Our group solutions presented may not have conformed to the norms, but what the group felt would be appropriate solutions. I warmly thank the leader, Joel, Dominic the Wiz, Sister Lavina, our star, Sister Joshna, Mystica, Elona, Assumption, and Dr. Cheryl, the
Group 7, I, Father Joachim Fernandez, STB, would wish to place before you the experiences I have been privileged to encounter, the positive contribution of all the other members of my group, and also make bold to offer a few suggestions for the betterment of the course. At the outset, let me place on record the sincere thanks of all the members of my group and my own to the organizing team for conducting this wonderful biomedical ethics course. The frontal lectures, seminars, video interface, and case studies were of academic excellence. And the topics were extremely relevant to the current situation. Thanks to the excellent and highly committed, dedicated, and professional team of resource persons, we were invited to journey along the path of knowledge and truth. A big thanks to Dr. Egbert Saldana for partnering with our group at the individual and group level. His presence was really a true blessing. I shout out my thanks also to Ms. Sharon D'Souza for coordinating with us students over the entire past year. Her interaction with each one of us was impressive and left all of us mesmerized at how tech-savvy she was. The objective of this course was to teach moral reasoning, ethics, the nuances of law, the finer aspects of doctor-patient relationships, the professionalism involved, and to seek to integrate it by fostering empathy, respect, responsibility, and commitment along with compassion for others. Pope Francis has invited us to go to the peripheries and work for the most vulnerable in society. Our number of doctors during the lectures showed us how this was possible through their personal experience and through a lived life of dedication and commitment to serving humanity. The course challenged each one of us to work at the 3 A's: be altruistic, accountable, and available to call of duty as persons of integrity and honor, while respecting each human person as God's gift. The course had some distinctive features. It was Sir William Osler who in 1909 said, "Every case has its lessons which often are not always learned." The case studies helped us discuss different perspectives in groups to decipher how to make a value judgment. The composition of the group being good led us to discuss the theories to make an informed consent. Permit me to make a few suggestions for the course. First, the deliberations of the whole course could be published as a book and could serve as a good resource material to biomedical ethics program globally. Second, The final paper by each student could be made more practical, choosing a patient's case and applying the biomedical concepts while identifying, analyzing problematic issues and deriving insight to reach an ethical judgment that could foster empathy and compassion. This case, once reviewed by the mentor, can then be discussed with the peers for value judgments. Third, the group size could be smaller, 5 to 6 members only. I take this opportunity to thank my group members for their support, cooperation, and friendship in successfully completing all the assignments given to us. The synergy experienced was amazing. We were like John Buen's pilgrims, progressing by learning together. Thank you once again. Congratulations to the management and staff of FIMC, Biomedical Ethics Center. God bless you all and keep you safe always.
Hi everybody, I am Father Stephen Fernandez and I'm speaking on behalf of Group 9 of the FIMC Certificate Course in Healthcare Ethics 2020-21. Larissa was the leader of the group and did an excellent job by coordinating the dynamics of our team. The team worked together. We met twice for every case study where each one contributed by giving their expertise to the group. There were many perspectives that came up for discussion. Every suggestion was listened to. It was marvelous to see how the group always searched for the ethical solution to the problem. Healthy group bonding was gradually built up as we approached the end of the group work. I am confident that this course will be of much benefit to them in their own professional field or area of work. I thank each one of them for their active and lively participation and wish them every success.
Good evening. This is Larissa speaking on behalf of Group 9. Group 9 members greatly appreciated the vast array of topics covering the human lifespan that were dealt with in the course and the credibility and experience of the chosen resource persons. Many issues which group members were not fully aware of were also tackled, thus generating new avenues of thought. The group work relating to case studies led to a lot of personal development, we felt, as many cases forced us to think of alternative viewpoints and realize the shades of grey in each topic. Some of us could also apply the learnings from these cases immediately to our work. Group work was interesting because it opened our eyes to new discussions and allowed also for camaraderie, fellowship, bonding, and some light moments in the difficult times of these pandemic months. The cost of this course was very affordable, and therefore it was accessible to many, especially in the comfort of their homes, an opportunity which would not have otherwise been possible in these pandemic months. Time also was quite well managed across all the modules, and the sessions were announced and introduced in advance, which was a great help. The group also greatly appreciated the add-on sessions that were held for World Bioethics Day and other such ones. While group members did not suggest any topics to add or omit from the course curriculum, a few suggestions were offered based on experiences that we had. The course could consider presenting the views of other major religions also on specific topics and thus expand the overview of the course. Time given for presenting case studies and the manner of giving feedback or comments could also be handled a little better. A few case studies given had very little information and the group had to assume and base a lot of decisions on guesswork. Maybe these cases could be a little more specific. All group members felt that feedback about the assignments should have been shared with the participants so that some improvements could be made in lines of thinking for future assignments. Grading also could be shared so that the individual knows where they need to clarify their thoughts. On the whole, we are deeply thankful to all the course planners, organizers, resource persons, mentors, and of course Sharon, who has painstakingly worked on this course run smoothly, conveniently for all of us. We appreciate and recognize the immense effort and time it takes to make something like this happen. Once again, a big thank you to you from the bottom of our hearts.
This song is for those who inspire us today, who always lend a helping hand to help show us the way. This song is for those who see their students through the tough times in their lives. For that we say thank you. You have made a difference. You have shaped our minds. You have changed the world, one child at a time. You have always been there in everything you do. I hope that you're as proud of me as I am proud of you. This song is for those who heard the silent cries, who stepped in to wipe the tears from the children's eyes. For those who gave us a safe place to grow.
Hello, dear friends. Good evening. I was very happy to be part of this group, to animate them and to assist them during the year. When the year began in July, it was a larger group, but as the months progressed, our numbers dropped a little. It was a diverse group of men and women, young people in their 20s, as well as those who are not so young. We had laity as well as priests in the group. We had fruitful discussions and we had a lot of learning experiences. Our group leader, Rijo John, will presently share with you some of the experiences and comments of the group. For me too, it was a learning experience, listening to the various doctors, and the case discussions also helped me to brush up on my own knowledge and to enrich myself. Congratulations to all those who participated and have succeeded in completing the course. I wish you all the very best for the future. God bless. Thank you all.
Hello everyone. First of all, I want to thank and congratulate the entire team. The course was a valuable learning experience because it challenged my thinking regarding biomedical ethics. This course exceeded all my expectations, in particular because it explored other aspects such as legal concerns. The case studies and the group discussions encouraged me to research a lot. Our mentor, Anthony Fernandez, gave us good feedback and food for thought. His comments sometimes elaborated on answers. The information gained was excellent, and the assignments also made us look further to find answers ourselves. And I find this a much better way of learning than just being handed all the answers. Personally, it has given me a grounding knowledge in biomedical ethics, which is perfect as I am part of the pro-life movement of my diocese. Now let us see what my team members have to say about this course. Tian says this course enlightened me with the medical challenges and procedures when it comes to ethics. I am grateful to be a part of this course, which has made me start thinking out of the box with the guest lectures and the interactive sessions that we had over the past months. It is truly a life-changing experience. Nilmani Sir says, we have been enlightened to the core values of ethics and behaviors in a given situation. This bioethics course trained us to be being more human and adopt good behavioral attitudes in our life. Jennifer says, the course taught me to be humble and to reach out to humanity and to know and understand that every individual has different needs. Every teaching session by the doctors was an eye-opener. Father Joshi says, the course often examines relevant legal cases and consider formal constructs of medical morality. We have been enlightened to the core values of ethics and behaviors in different situations, and it has trained us to be more human and adopt good behavioral attitudes in our life. And Michelle says, this course has reiterated the fact that compassion and mercy are planted in the hearts of every human being across faiths and cultures. We find fulfillment when we appreciate the gift of our own life and respect the dignity of others, when we strive to safeguard and uphold the right to life of the vulnerable and the defenseless, and cherish human life in every form, right from conception to the natural death. On behalf of all my team members of Group 10, I would like to thank all the resource persons, our mentor for his guidance, and Sharon for taking care of all the technical as well as the administrative part of the course. Thank you.
Hi friends, I'm Mamta Vats from St. Joseph's Parish, Gokuldham, Goregaon East. I was a student of FIMC Biomedical Ethics Center in the year 2019-20. I'm an economics student and an HR by profession. I attended this course to gain knowledge in biomedical ethics, and the course has given me valuable insights into the underlying principles of biomedical ethics. The Executive Director, Dr. Nicholas Antau, and the Academic Dean, Dr. Anup Kant Mittal, give us deep understanding and guidance through in-depth analysis of case studies. They gave us extensive case studies to discuss and analyze, and encouraged us to think logically. They helped us to understand the ethical aspects of the case and arrive at a decision. We also got an opportunity to interact with eminent doctors, psychologists, and counselors and gain knowledge on the ethical aspects in the medical field. They also enlightened us on cases they handled and made us reflect on them. How will this course help me? First of all, it helped me to understand the underlying principles of biomedical ethics in a very logical and a very good way. I am now able to guide my small Christian communities in case they face with any dilemmas for their medical treatment, or I can guide them to various eminent people and professionals in the medical field. I highly recommend this course to people in all fields who have a desire to gain knowledge in the biomedical ethics and help others in the ethical aspects of the medical treatment they would be getting. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I'm Gladwin Pereira, a student of the Biomedical Ethics course 2019-20. Being a member of the family cell, I was encouraged to enroll for this course. 3 months later, the family cell launched a new program, that is the Volunteers Caregivers program, wherein volunteers were appointed, certain senior citizens and homebound, to take care of them, basically to be with them and spend some moments of joys and sorrows and help them out in any way they could. A year later, I was elected as the head of the family cell, and so this project had to be carried on further. Unfortunately, the pandemic had brought in restrictions, and so there was no physical meeting with the caregiver and the citizen, but they could contact them over the phone. The course helped me to understand how to think and act ethically. Out of the 36 sessions, the one that touched me most was on blood transfusion, because I myself had received 3 bottles of blood way back in 1989. But unfortunately, in 2015, when I had gone to donate blood to a patient, I was informed that the blood was rejected and it was found highly infected, probably through one of the 3 bottles that I had received. I was devastated, and I began to think and act unethically. The doctor, however, told me that I could be cured completely by a 12-week treatment, wherein I was given an injection 1 per week for 12 weeks. After that, I was much better. And today I'm fine. But the unethical thoughts still played on. However, after doing this course, things changed. I began to think and act ethically. And so, with the 12 injections, I feel I'm completely immune. But that did not stop me from acting ethically during this pandemic. So, I decided to stay ethically by washing hands, sanitizing, wearing a mask, and avoiding large crowds. So, act ethical and stay ethical. Thank you.
Sharon, I think we missed group 3. Could you play their clip, please?
There was some.
Yeah, you have that clip.
Anukan.
No, it's she has it. Yeah.
Rodriguez, Group Leader of Group 5. On behalf of the members of Group 5 and its mentor, Dr. Robin Mascarenhas, I take this opportunity to thank the FIMAC Biomedical Ethics team for organizing this online certificate course. During the course of this year, we've enlightened ourselves on ethical issues and concerns from the beginning of life to the end of life. We've had the opportunity to debate the group case studies and share our perspectives. Our takeaway message for this year would be the systematic framework of the 4 pillars of medical ethics and analyzing the action we need to take in such situations. A couple of suggestions to the FIMAC team. This year we have given 1 case study per group. We could consider the groups remaining the same, but more groups working on the same case study. This would help for different opinions on the same case study to be shared and learnings to improve. Friends, what's the way forward? Benjamin Franklin, one of the leading figures of early American history, once quoted, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn." Yes, friends, let us take our learnings of this year's FIMAC Biomedical Ethics course for the betterment of the community and society at large. Let us use our learnings at our parish organizations like the St. Vincent de Paul and the small Christian communities. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Group 5 members, Devi, Savita, Melanie, Dr. Ashish, Ethan, Gracian, and Biju Paul for their active participation during the course this year. A special thanks and a big hug to our mentor, Dr. Robin Mascarenhas, for having guided and supported us through the group discussions. He was an immense source of motivation and inspiration for us all. And last but not the least, let me take this opportunity to thank Sharon, who has worked tirelessly behind the curtains for organizing this course for us. Thank you one and all, and God bless us all.
Hi friends, I'm Dr. Rowan Mascarenhas, mentor to Group 5. In Derek, I found a group leader who was accommodative, very helpful, yet efficient. The help he extended, the support he gave, and the responsibility he bore, eased the apprehension of the members, and I'm sure they appreciated it a lot. The members attended the group meetings, deliberated on the case scenarios allotted. They contributed their ideas and voiced their opinions. They presented the case summaries, although some of them were hesitant initially. But with Derek's support, some went on to present 2 cases. They displayed enthusiasm. Some participated actively, but a couple were not able to overcome the challenges of their stringent professional commitments or an inconvenient international time zone. In fact, one member dropped out of the course halfway as the work demanded from her more than what she had anticipated. I enjoyed playing mentor to them. In fact, I looked forward to Zooming with them over the weekends. I hope as their mentor, I will have contributed some value to their course, and they will have gained some clarity in their confusion and direction when they felt lost. I wish them all the best. Thank you.
Sharon, can we go back to Dr. Nicholas? I think we finished all the groups.
Sharon, the last one is ready?
I think we finished all, Dr. Nicholas.
Silvan Dias Sapeko was there. He came and I think there's some problem with that video. It's not playing well.
It's okay, but we heard everybody.
Yeah, here he is.
Group 4, whose mentor was Dr. Armida Fernandez. Group leader was Dr. Donna Trella de Souza Ticlo. And the members were Reverend Sister Yvonne Rodriguez, Reverend Father Santosh Dias, Reverend Father George Chalil, Shinto George Chalil, Mrudula Joshi, Ruchika Salian, Julie Anthony, and myself, Silvano Sapeko. The hallmark of our group's appreciation goes to the promoters and team leaders of FIAMC, amongst whom I am to mention the Dean, Dr. Anukant Mittal, the President, Dr. Nicholas Antaung, and Rapporteur Sharon, who always ensured to give credit for others before their esteemed self and ensured that excellent wisdom-filled speakers would give their talented advices, ingrained with medical, moral, legal, and ethical teachings, and would ensure that all questions of the participants would be answered forthwith or subsequently by email in view of want of time. All of us have been enriched to emulate the biomedical, ethical, sanguine experiences of the talented faculty speakers. Our members opined and appreciated the systematic presentation of the whole course and specifically to the expertise within all the group assignments. Our group interactions were as a catalyst would enhance a chemical reaction within the laboratory composed of several human brains with humility and submissivity, but with adherence to the medico-moral chain of events and adherence
I seem to have lost sound. Have we all lost sound? Sharon?
Appreciation is recorded herein about the inputs and virtues of our members who contributed constructively and who led eventually to successful completion of our course. Our group desires to place on record an immense thanks from the core of our hearts to the talented speakers, faculty, dean, and collaborators of the Indian Federation of Medical Guilds team who remained as the epitome of our enrichment with the latest experiences, teachings, and update on the intellectual intercourse for benefit of the participants of groups. Every one of us shall surely render a positive contribution to the suffering humanity hereafter, particularly at the present COVID-19 pandemic of the suffering society.
Sharon?
Yes, we have finished with the videos. All the videos have been shown.
Can we start with the certificates online presentation, please? About the certificates online, we have divided into 3 groups. One is the group which is attended. Second is the group which is attended and completed. And third, completed the assignment and the project. And third, we have excelled with distinction. Now we start with the group that has attended. I will be saying out the names and the certificates will appear. And Sharon, over to you. Abigail Pinto. That's Abigail. Dr. Amit Joshi from Nepal. He is a fellow orthopedic surgeon from Nepal. Very popular. Dr. Ashish Shirsikar. Congratulations. Augustine Nikale. Oh, Biju Paul, sorry. Caroline Cardozo. Dr. Cheryl D'Souza. Mr. Christopher Fernandez. Claude Ribello. Christine Saldana. Dr. Deba Priya Bhattacharya. Jennifer Ferrao. Joel Almeida. Joel Chaco D'Souza. Julie Anthony. Kamlesh Chawate. Maria Elida D'Souza. Mr. Matthew Saley. Michiko Barros. Natasha Makudan. Rijo John. Roshni George. Sandra Fernando. Father Santosh Dias. And Dr. Tanay Maiti. I'll now hand over this list to congratulations to all the persons who have attended the course, but for some other could not complete the course. Now this is the list of the certificates for the people who have attended and finished the project as well as the assignments. Over to Dr. Anukan Mittal. He will announce the names. Ruxana, Dr. Mittal, you are there?
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Nicholas. As you had mentioned, and as I had clarified at the beginning, there are certain requirements for completion of the course, and that means spending a number of hours doing certain activities which count towards credit hours that you gain to be able to qualify for the certificate. That included completing your assignments on time, as well as your project and your participation in the group discussion, as well as presentation, plus attending all the courses. So following are the people who have completed the course and have done all their assignments and have met the requirements of the certificate course. So I will start from the top. The first is Ruxana. Congratulations. Next is Anil Sequeira. Congratulations, Mr. Sequeira. Dr. Anu Arora.
Congratulations, Anu.
Congratulations, Dr. Arora. Then we have Assumption George. Can we have her certificate?
Congratulations.
Assumption. Dr. Daisy Fernandez.
Congratulations, Dr. Daisy.
Congratulations. Dr. Deborah Zuzar. It's not a doctor, sorry. She's just.
Congratulations, Deborah.
Dr. Deepika D'Souza.
Congratulations, Dr. Deepika.
Congratulations. Derek Rodriguez.
Congratulations, Derek.
Dominic D'Souza.
Congratulations, Dominic.
Elizabeth De Mello.
Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Congratulations. Elona De Silva. Congratulations to you, Mr. De Silva. Ethan D'Souza.
Congratulations, Ethan.
Congratulations. Gerard Montero. Montero. Yeah.
Gerard Montero. Congratulations.
Dr. Giselle Pace. Congratulations, Giselle.
Member. Thank you for inspiring others to do the course.
Yes. Gratian Furtado. Congratulations, Furtado. Dr. Jaideep Sengupta.
Congratulations, Dr.
Congratulations, Dr. Sengupta. Jennifer Fernandez.
Congratulations, Jennifer.
Congratulations, Jennifer. Father Joachim Fernandez.
Congratulations, Padre.
Congrats, Father. Father Joshi Thail. Congratulations to you, Father. Yeah. Larissa Rodriguez. Congratulations to you, Larissa.
Congratulations.
Lavila Fernandez. Congratulations to you too.
Congratulations, Lavina.
Dr. Malika Fonseca.
Congratulations, Malika.
Maria Agota D'Souza. Congratulations. Marianne Fernando. Congratulations to you. Melanie Mascarenas. Congratulations to you, Melanie. Melba Vance. Congratulations to you, Melba. Michelle Coutinho.
Congratulations, Michelle.
Michelle Fernandez.
Congratulations, Michelle.
We're still waiting for Michelle Fernandez to come on. Yeah, come on. Thank you very much. Mridula, yeah. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, Mridula.
Mystica Jacob. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, for completing the process. Mr. Neelmani Poddar.
Congratulations,
Mr. Podar.
and for inspiring senior people to join this course.
Rajendra Dushing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Mr. Dushing. Ruchika Salian.
20 minutes more. Congratulations, Ruchika.
Ruchir Khare.
Congratulations, Dr. Kare.
One second. Savia Dias. Congratulations to you, Dias. Savita Gomes. Congratulations, Mr. Gomes. Sister Shimi Vergis.
Congratulations, Vergis.
Sister. Father Shinto George Shahil.
Congratulations, Father Shinto.
Father Shijok Chako.
Congratulations, Father Shinto.
Father. Dr. Silvano Sapeco. Congratulations, Dr. Sapeco.
Congratulations, Silvano. You must continue this in Goa too.
Nehalata Alfonso.
Congratulations, Nehalata.
Steffi Sequeira.
Congratulations, Steffi.
Congratulations to you, Dr. Suni Augustine.
Congratulations, Dr. Suni.
Telston Lobo.
Congratulations
to you.
Mr. Lobo.
And Tian D'Souza.
Congratulations, Tian. I think there's one more name, Jennifer Sharon.
Jennifer Furtado has completed her certificate.
All right.
Yeah.
You are showing it up here?
No, it is.
Right. Okay.
It's the other thing.
Right. We'll come back to that after whatever is left. We'll come back after the ones we announce. The people who are left out, please don't get worried. A few of you were marked as excellent. Your work was above par. Both the examiners and the moderators of the papers, of the assignments and the projects, as well as your feedback from the groups, was very strongly positive. And as per the rules, you qualify for being declared as passed with distinction. Sharon, you can hear me? Am I clear?
Yeah. Say
Yeah.
over 80% and above.
Yeah. So we now start with the first person. First participant who's gained distinction is Anish Jose. Congratulations, Anish. You did an excellent job.
Despite
Thank you.
busy with the
Caroline.
could find time. Anish is a person who has written a lot, like big essays, highlighting so many things of biology and in the cell mechanisms and I don't know.
Yeah. Right, but that's exactly why we had given them a word limit, both not more than, not less than. Anyway, so, but very well done, Anish. You impressed the examiners as well as the moderators. Caroline D'Souza, next, please. Congratulations, Caroline. You did a splendid job. Your research was good, and everybody was very impressed with your work. So thank you very much. And congratulations. Donna D'Souza.
No, Caroline.
Caroline Bhavnani, sorry. Yeah. Caroline Bhavnani.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Caroline.
Congratulations. You have done an excellent job. Donna D'Souza. I can't read it. My list says Ticlo Denise.
Yeah, Donna D'Souza, Ticlo Denise. The full.
Right. Yeah. Congratulations. That was an excellent job that you did. Very deep research, very good writing.
We missed your
Congratulations.
As the group leader, we missed the video voice.
Okay. Okay. Ignatius Lawrence.
Congratulations, Ignatius.
Congratulations to you, Mr. Lawrence. Sister Joshna Borges. Congratulations, sister. You've done a splendid job of going through the list of topics, selecting the right topic and writing in detail after a lot of research. Thank you very much. Next person is Maria Coelho.
Congratulations, Maria.
Maria, very good job done. Very impressive. And of course, then we have, last but not the least, Dr. Richard Pereira.
Congratulations, Richard.
Congratulations to you, Dr. Richard Pereira. This was a very well job done. Excellent work. And we are very impressed. So that finishes.
Doctor, there's one more. Doctor, there's one more.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Father Shiju Thomas Terrell. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Father Shaju.
Yeah.
Sister Yvonne is there?
Yeah. Actually, two names were on the slide. Yeah. I will come back to that. Father Sheju, congratulations for being so, what do you call, sincere and very dedicated to the work and actually spending a lot of time in reading and researching the work. So thank you very much. Congratulations to you. And then Sister Yvonne Rodriguez. Congratulations, sister.
Congratulations, sister.
Very good job done, sister. Excellent work. So in all, we do have these people who have done such a wonderful job. 10 of them who have actually not only completed on time, but also done work consistently throughout the 9 modules of the course and beyond to impress us and the judges. So this was actually the end of the experimental, or I should not say experimental, the inaugural batch of the online course in association with Nirmala Niketan College of Social Work. As I mentioned earlier, right at the beginning, we were last year at this time planning and finalizing the batch 1920s valedictory when the pandemic hit us and we were floored and the lockdown came into effect and we were not able to have enough facility to have an online valedictory for them. So we are now having the valedictory for them now, and I would hand over to Dr. Nicholas to please conduct the ceremony and give the certificates to the participants of the 2019-20 batch. Dr. Nicholas, please.
Yeah. Well, we did not have attendance and completion and distinction in this certificate. So all are given certificates because this was a physical course. They interacted with me and Dr. Mittal and also with the faculty at every course module.
There was one clause, Dr. Nicholas, that if they had missed a module, they would have to attend it in the next course before they got a completion. So some of them did actually attend the modules in this batch, in this year's batch, to get the completion. So there was that clause that they had to complete the module that they had missed. They're not.
That was, we appreciate that ethical behavior of that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Over to Sharon.
Sharon, can you please begin?
Congratulations, sister. Miss Vilma John Fernandez. Congratulations, Vilma.
Great for Vilma's.
Jacinta Varki. Congratulations, sister Jacinta. Sujata D'Souza. Congratulations, Sujata. Sister Maria Ruini Fernandez. Congratulations.
Dr. Nicholas, you'll have to hang on. We are still, the screen is stuck at Sister Jacinta Waki. Yeah, we've come to Sujata D'Souza now.
Oh, it is. I am seeing Sister Maria.
Yeah, now it is
Sister Maria.
Yeah. Sister Maria, despite of being operated, still attended the course and completed the course. Congratulations, sister. Vijaya Shanbag. Congratulations, Vijaya. Violet Flora Baptista. Congratulations, Violet. Sister Anuragini Bakshal. Congratulations, Sister Bakshal. Rani Joseph Kurushingal. Congratulations, Rani.
Thank you.
Sister Noella Dias.
Thank you, Dr. Nicholas.
Thank you. Priscilla Agustin. Congratulations, Priscilla. Sister Jacinto Pinto. Congratulations, Sister Jacinto Pinto. Well done. Mamta Vas. Congratulations, Mamta. Lynette D'Souza. Congratulations, Lynette. Jason Fernandez. Congratulations, Jason.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Jacinta Vallis. Congratulations, Jacinta. Gladwin Pereira. Congratulations, Gladwin.
Thank you, Dr. Nicholas and Dr. Mittal.
Marceline Coelho. Congratulations, Marceline. Felix Moniz. Congratulations, Felix. Francis Fernandez.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Francis. Clara D'Souza. Congratulations, Clara. Beryl Lobo. Congratulations, Beryl. Rinal Joel Fernandez. Congratulations, Brinal. Cyril Pereira. Congratulations, Cyril. Antoinette Nazareth. Congratulations, Antoinette.
Thank you very much.
Caroline Fernandez. Congratulations, Caroline.
Congratulations to you, Caroline.
Thank you, Dr. Anta, Dr. Thank you, Anukant.
Anita Rajesh Newton. Congratulations, Anita. Caroline Pereira. Congratulations, Caroline. Incidentally,
congratulations to you.
Caroline's names are there in this year's also and last year's also. The Carolines. Sharon?
Yes, doctor. The batch certificates are done with. Yeah, Rudbi Bot is not given a certificate.
Okay. We now have the last item on the agenda, and that is the vote of thanks. And I will call my friend, our secretary, dynamic secretary of the PIAM, Biomedical Ethics Center, and a man who never says no. Dr. Ruben Mascarenhas to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. Good evening, friends. It is a privilege for me to propose this vote of thanks. In case I have forgotten to thank someone, I plead guilty, but with a defense. Science has confirmed that the memory of senior citizens wanes with time, and that this should not be held against them because nature is the real culprit. So friends, please forgive me if someone has been missed out. At the outset, I thank you, our patron, Your Eminence, Cardinal Gracious, for your spiritual guidance, unstinted support and help, and taking time to preside over our meetings. We appreciate your encouragement. Thank you very much, Your Eminence. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the Academic Committee of the FIAM Biomedical Ethics Center, I thank you, Sister Dr. Lidwin Dias, and your team at the Nirmala Niketan College for collaborating with us in this course and for helping and guiding us along the way. We value and treasure your association with us, Sister. A special thanks to Dr. Sonia and Dr. Ronald from your team. Dr. Nicholas Antau, our Executive Director and Managing Trustee, has shouldered tremendous responsibility as we quickly move this course online. He has played a prominent role in this educational activity over the years. A college friend of mine. Thanks, Nicholas. Professor Dr. Anukant Mittal, our Academic Dean. Thank you for raising the bar of this course with your targeted topics to the faculty, brainstorming cases for student deliberation, and for conducting the course like a professor. Thank you, Dr. Mittal. Advocate Joachim, our additional managing trustee and academic committee member, thanks for your help and for ensuring our safety, legally speaking. Yes, ignorance of the law does not grant any of us immunity from the law. The foundation for this course was laid and it was started by our dear Father Dr. Stephen Fernandez, who now, even though at the Nuncio's office in Delhi, still advises us and contributes his ideas and suggestions. Thanks, Father Stephen. A special thanks to our ecclesiastical advisor, Father Anthony Fernandez, who guides us in religious matters. No words, gestures, cash or kind can express our thanks and gratitude to our dynamic and obliging manager, Sharon, whose skills and capabilities have been displayed through this course. Her cooperative and friendly nature has helped promote this course more than a brochure or word of mouth can do. She has coordinated this course single-handedly and efficiently. Thank you, Sharon. We are grateful and indebted to you. God bless you and may your tribe multiply. A big thank you to our advisors, Dr. Armida, Dr. Enid, Dr. Cedric, who have nurtured this course in its infancy and who still continue as our faculty. My colleagues on the Board of Trustees, Dr. Giselle, Egbert, Cheryl, and Avinash, thanks for being our assets and helping build this organization. Our faculty, they are like fuel in the tank, without which this course would be stalled. You all were at full throttle, and without the punch that you put in, this course would have been a boring game to watch. Your efforts to prepare presentations and the time you all committedly set apart to share your knowledge and experience is highly appreciated by all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Father Joachim, for the flyer, Dr. Ashok Shyam for live streaming our seminars. Thank you to our students, Christopher Fernandez, Anil Sikwera, Anish Jose, Larissa Rodriguez, and Ruxana for your help during this course. Lastly, I thank all of you, our dear students of the 2020-21 batch, because no game can be played well without a good spectatorship. Handle IPL 2021. You have been a wonderful batch, keeping us on our toes and helped us develop new skills to catch up with and meet your needs. Some of your assignments, as Nicholas said, were par excellence, wherein you'll have delved deep into the topic researched.
Yeah.
Keep demanding, friends. Your enthusiasm drives our work. Once again, to all, a very big thank you, and God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rowan, for such a wonderful vote of thanks, inspiring all of us to carry on our work for mentioning the constant support of our patron, His Eminence, never saying no to what we put before him and guiding us all the time, and also thanking the faculty who have been devoting so much of time for their work, for their deliberations, and of course to Sharon and Anukant, without whom the course would not have been complete with this kind of thoughts and ideas. And lastly is Sharon's dynamism and both fathers Anthony and Stephen for their guidance to the course. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Dr. Nicholas. Thank you, Dr.
Your Eminence, to wait till the last minute.
Yes, I enjoyed it. Learned a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Shukriya. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Thank you. Keep well.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Thank you, Dr. Mittal. Thank you very much. Sharon, thank you.
Dr. Mittal, thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
You're
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
Have a good night and keep safe, please, everybody. Keep safe. Get vaccinated and keep safe, please. Yeah?
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you, Dr. Mittal.
Good night. Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
My
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
3 cheers to Sharon.
Hip hip hooray.
Hooray.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Hi, Gladwin.
To everyone.
Thank you. Caroline. Hi.
We can leave, no?
Antoinette, hi. You've got Daisy. Caroline.